Hello, loves. So I've decided to focus on quality and authenticity instead of consistency and quantity of posting. So that's my little intro there. But I wanted to segue into kind of what's been on my mind as of recent or for a while. You know how they say, like, oh, like, don't say your inner voice out loud, right? Like, and I think about that a lot. I'm very mindful of what I say on social media because obviously digital footprint and people can misconstrue what you say. And so sometimes I'm scared to post certain things, but I also know like my whole thing is wanting to help people feel less alone and to be authentic. So I'm going to do that today. And so I'm tired. That's the theme of this video. I'm tired. What am I tired of? Just a general sense of tiredness. I know the world is still chaotic. The US government is still doing its thing. That's me saying it PG, with the shutdown and people being furloughed and people about to lose their SNAP benefits. And just, I can only imagine the stress and fear that people have. And so I acknowledge my privilege, first of all, um, in that. And yeah, the tiredness um, comes from doing everything on my own. So this is for these people who do everything on their own. And once again, I'm so grateful that, so I've been a business owner for the past year. Like I opened my business January of 2024, went full time this year, 2025, which is pretty fast. But I was able to be in a position where I can do that. And I'm so grateful. I love being self employed. It does come with other things, right? There's pros and cons, like being self employed and especially being solo self employed, right? Like having no other employees and doing everything on my own. It takes up time running the numbers, checking my bank accounts, like, and even then, I feel like I'm doing the bare minimum. Like, I want to invest more in my business, but I feel like I haven't had the time and energy to do so because then there's life. There is grocery shopping and chores and errands and trying to show up for my relationships. I leave people on red. I take days to reply and I feel so guilty, but I just feel tired. Um, and, you know, I'm trying to do stuff like cook semi decent healthy meals, but sometimes I can't do that. So I grab a bag of frozen chicken nuggets, right? Like I do what's easy and simple rather than trying to make things complicated because I'm chronically ill and I have autism. So I sometimes I just don't have the spoons a lot, and I feel like that's been a lot of the time I haven't had the spoons. Um, and it's been hard, and I just wish I had more mental and emotional space for myself and the people in my life. And it's I just been feeling this way for a while, and it's been really hard. And so then there's this concept that people say you can't expect someone to save you, right? And logically, I know that. I know that I have to be self sufficient and self reliant. And I am to a fault, actually. I'm actually very hyper independent um, to trauma response. And I've had to learn how to do and navigate certain things on my own in life because I didn't have anyone to help me navigate them. And now it's to a point where it's just on overdrive. And also just, I'm not married. I don't have a spouse to rely on when it comes to splitting bills and rent. And I'm really scared because with the like health insurance subsidies um, being up in the air right now, which is why the government's on the shutdown. Open enrollment for health insurance is this weekend, November 1st. And I'm hearing people talk about their health insurance doubling and tripling. I'm not sure how they're getting these numbers yet because it's not November 1st yet. But all I know is that it may be way more expensive. I think these are quotes people are getting without like the cuts. Like if Congress doesn't approve the subsidiaries. Um, and yeah, I'm terrified. I'm chronically ill. I am on a twice a year infusion that costs a little more over $100,000 per infusion. So that's about $200,000 a year I'm spending in the medical system. But once again, I mean, because of my insurance and stuff, I don't pay that much. But all that to say, I can't necessarily go for a cheap plan, right? Like if I wasn't chronically ill, I would just go for a bronze plan. So healthcare insurance plans are divided into like bronze, which is like high deductible and high out of pocket. But like if you're generally healthy, then maybe that's like the way people go because the premiums usually are the lowest. I go gold, right? So bronze, silver, gold. So gold is higher premiums, but lower deductibles and lower out of pocket because I have to do that to have my insurance kicking faster to pay for my treatments, right? So I have to go with a more expensive plan. And I'm really scared. I'm really scared. My brain is catastrophizing. You're not going to be able to do your business next year. This is it. You had 1 year and now you're done. Um, I'm trying not to think that way. Or I may have to work more, which also is not necessarily good. Um, because I mean, that wasn't the point. But I have to pick and choose, right? And it really sucks. And so part of my brain's like, if I just was married and had a spouse, and they were like, baby, I got you. I'm gonna put you on my plan, or maybe I was on their plan to begin with. I just, I sound, I don't know. I know I'm speaking from a place of privilege. I just wish I didn't have to be here stressing out about it, right? Like I'm trying to be mindful because I got 2 days, but it just sucks. And I know I'm not the only one in this position. Once again, everyone else who's been affected by what the government's been doing, chronically ill, disabled people like myself. Um, I don't know. It just is hard. So I just wanted to share that if you had a thought about, I want to be saved a little bit. I want someone to kind of swoop in and take this off my plate. I get it. And I think that's okay. So yeah. And I hear you and I see you because this is hard. Adulting is hard. Capitalism is hard. And it's hard to do alone. So just want to get that out there, the inner voice, and make it out loud. And hopefully I just stop feeling tired at some point. Um, yeah, that's it. So I hope your lovies are doing okay, hanging in there, and I will talk to you in the next video.